What a day for video game fans. Yes, it is the launch of the Switch 2, and we had so much chaos last night, of course. People waiting in lines, trying to get their hands on the new console. The midnight launches. Were you one of those people that couldn't get one? You're still trying to drag and get one right now if you can. We're going to tell you where you can get some of these restocks today because a lot of them are being restocked as we speak. Also, we had a big day yesterday, Sony's State of Play, and I have to say, I was really excited. There was quite a few games during Sony's State of Play. I was not seeing some of these coming. Some of them had leaked ahead of time. Some I didn't know anything about, and I was blown away by them. Plus a new piece of hardware from Sony. So we're going to get to all of that. The Switch 2 news, everything that we saw yesterday in Sony's State of Play. I'll show you a lot of those trailers. But first, many of you know that I've been building out my games room. I've been bringing you on that journey with me. And today I want to show you the final piece of the games room, which is my gaming chair. It's the EWin Flash upgraded series, the ergonomic computer gaming office chair with pillows. Super comfortable. And I wanted something sturdy, something I could really relax in and enjoy. So take a look at this. This has a magnetic slow rebound memory foam head pillow, which I can just pop off and it snaps right back on because it's just using magnets right here. Boom. Goes right wherever I want it, or I can adjust it. And because I'm pretty tall, I need to make that adjustment. It also has 4D integrated lumbar support system, magnetic full metal 4D padded armrests I can pop on and off. It has a revolutionary temperature and pressure sensitive cold cure foam core. It also holds up to 550 pounds. Let's just say I hope I never get to be that heavy. Because I'm about 190, that would be a problem. But also, the folks at EWin were kind enough to give me a code. I reached out to them and they said, sure, if you want to show it off on your show, let's give them a discount code on your show. And they were kind enough to send me the chair and a discount code for you guys. So if you guys want to take advantage of this right now, you get 20% off if you use the coupon code Clayton. We'll have a link in the description below. Again, you get 20% off if you want to pick up a gaming chair for your gaming setup. My thanks to EWin for supporting the show and giving you guys a nice discount. This chair is a fantastic addition to my games room. All right, let's start with Sony's State of Play. And I have to say, I was pretty excited. There was a lot of games that I was excited about. And this comes on the heels of a few State of Plays that I have not been that excited about. A lot of games that looked a lot of dreariness, just a guy carrying a sword and more blah, darkness, grayness, open worldness. And I really felt like this was a departure from that in this State of Play. So let's go through some of the highlights, just kind of at the high level. Behind me here, you can see Luminous. This was a bit of a surprise, a new Luminous game from the team that made Tetris Effect, and looks beautiful, looks like a lot of fun. I've never played a Luminous game, but I think I'm going to give this a try because it is a Sony VR game as well, a PlayStation VR 2 game, which kind of dropped in the credits at the end of this announcement. They didn't talk about it, but that's exciting. I'm always looking for some interesting new Sony VR headset games. So I'll give this a shot and see what it's like. Let's talk about Astrobot. So we did get a nice little Astrobot update, and they've been continuing to drop new levels and of course some of this fun speed running levels. So this is a game that I completed, beat this game, nearly got all 300 of the Astrobots. I was kind of like, I think I'm like about 280 of them. And then I jumped in and played some other games. So I want to go back to it. But they added a whole bunch of new levels during the State of Play. So Team Asobi announced they're releasing a new slate of Astrobot levels. They'll be out in July. I think we're going to get about 5 new levels. So we're going to see that, which is really cool. They're also going to have Atsu from Ghost of Yote be built into the game, which is a lot of fun. With Astrobot, it's been fantastic to see the integration with a lot of their classic IP in this game. Okay, next, I'm really excited about this. Look, yes, I am a Marvel fan. I'm a fighting game fan. Not like some of my friends who are huge fighting game fans, but this style of arcade game has my name written all over it, and I didn't see this one coming at all. Tokon Fighting Souls, a new fighting game, a Marvel versus Capcom style, plus Arc System Works style equals Marvel Tokon. That's really how you could put this all together. It's like if you took Marvel versus Capcom, shoved Arc System Works together, and then you got a Marvel Tokon fighting game, Fighting Souls. The developers of Guilty Gear teamed up with Marvel to make this 4-on-4 tag team fighting game. And man, this does look great. It really looks like back to the old days of Marvel versus Capcom. It's got a 2026 launch window, and I'm excited about that. Plus, we'll talk about a piece of hardware. Actually, let's talk about it right now because I think this goes hand in hand with it. So, Sony also announced a brand new piece of hardware. Yes, their own first ever arcade style fighting stick. So, over my shoulder over there, well, you can't really see it here, but it's back over there. I've got my 8-bit, that's behind my chair, my 8-bit dough fighting stick. This is the first one ever from Project Defiant. It's an arcade style fighting stick that looks like it'll be really perfect to use with they also announced a new Mortal Kombat Legacy collection during the State of Play yesterday. But I'm excited about this. I think this is going to be really interesting. It's going to use the PC Link technology. It'll easily connect wirelessly to your PS5. That's great. It'll have really low latency. We'll see once we get one of these and test it out what the connectivity looks like, because obviously fast button inputs, being able to have that stick movement and fast button inputs, especially if you're playing online with someone, it better be fast. But I think this thing looks great. It's kind of, it's Sony, it's PlayStation, black and white. It's not very exciting, not very colorful, but it'll be great to pair it up with your PS5 and be able to play this new Marvel game. But I just have to say, just look at some of this Marvel gameplay here. Watch some of this. So that looks really great. We also, of course, saw Ghost of Yote. We knew that we were going to see this. We talked about that yesterday on the show. That's launching on October 2nd. We got another trailer that they showed off. A deeper look at the gameplay will be coming in July, so we will get a deeper look later this summer during the Sony State of Play in July. So that'll be nice to see more of that. But another game that I was really excited to see from Sony is this new James Bond game. And I love that they chose like a young James Bond.
Do you have an appointment?
The name's Bond.
James Bond.
It's called 007 First Light. It has definite, in my opinion, some Uncharted vibes. And I am all for that. Give me like Uncharted meets James Bond. Yes, yes, yes. It doesn't have a release date yet. It is sometime in 2026. I have to say, this looks like an origin story in a lot of ways. It kind of reminds me of Casino Royale with Daniel Craig, where you're getting a much younger version of James Bond. He's kind of a rebel. He's kind of all over the place. He's kind of a mess. And that's what you like about the guy. And he's a loose cannon kind of thing. And anyway, just take a look at some of the gameplay here. I think it looks great. So the Hitman developer IO Interactive announced that it was working on this franchise way back in 2020. So we've been waiting many, many years. We didn't know if we would ever see a new James Bond game, but here we go. Boom, out of the blue. I already mentioned a little bit of Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection when I was talking about the arcade stick. Yes, we did get to see this. Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3. Their arcade, console, and even handheld editions, all inside of this Legacy Collection. That's pretty exciting. So you'll get more arcade classics that you'll be able to play, and that'll take me back. I mean, that to me is pure nostalgia. Playing it with my college buddies. Oh my God, many late nights playing Mortal Kombat, up late night, drinking some beers, and get over here, kicking each other's asses all night long. So this is going to be one that I will definitely want to play with my son and have a blast with this one. So yes, I will be picking this one up. That's going to be very exciting to play. Hey, speaking of Sony VR2, we got Thief. Take a look at this. This is the Thief series is coming to VR with a new game called Legacy of Shadow, and it's exactly what you think it is, of course, which is stealth gameplay, but you're deeply immersed using Sony VR2 headsets, and it looks really interesting. I'm interested in what they're able to do with VR, so I'm glad that we've got some VR announcements here. I will check it out. I'm not saying that I'm going to buy it, but I will definitely check it out. Hopefully they'll release a demo and we'll see how that goes. I'm definitely down for that. All right, let's talk about Silent Hill, because Silent Hill F is absolutely freaky. When this trailer came on, because I just beat Silent Hill 2 remake back during the Halloween season, and that game absolutely freaked the heck out of me. And loved every minute of it, but it was absolutely freaky. This looks like it's going to take it to the next level. It looks even creepier than the Silent Hill 2 remake. Just check out some of the gameplay here. That all looks great, but to me, the biggest announcement that had me most interested is from Square Enix, and yes, it is Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles. This was, of course, leaked that we're going to see Final Fantasy Tactics. This looks amazing, and Final Fantasy Tactics is getting a full remake, and it's coming in September. Boom. So if you've never played Final Fantasy Tactics, what an opportunity to be able to dive into this series. We'll take players back to a time really when Final Fantasy just wasn't an action RPG or even a turn-based RPG, but an isometric strategy game. And I love isometric strategy games. And my son really fell in love with Fire Emblem series as well. By the way, after this announcement, not only is it going to be on PlayStation 5, but also it's going to be on the Nintendo Switch 2, which is great. So it's launching on both places. Take a look at this box art, though. Look at this artwork. Isn't that great? Holy smokes, I love it. I love it. So for this edition, players are going to be able to choose between the classic version. So you can play I love this. I love this. I love this. That you can play the classic version from 1998 or the enhanced version with the fully voiced dialogue and other quality of life improvements. I don't know if we'll have like a fully orchestrated new soundtrack or anything like that, but I just love that you can flip between the old version and the new version. Please, when you're releasing these remasters or these remakes, just give us the original so we can just flip between them. If only for a few minutes. Like if you just want to play it for a few minutes and experience what it was like, great, and then flip back to the enhanced version. But just to have that little bit of nostalgia, I think it's just a great idea. Next up, Bloodstained. We're getting a new Bloodstained game, and this takes place before Ritual of the Night. So this will be out in 2026. This one follows Leo and Black Wolves as they plan to storm the ethereal castle, confront the rising darkness. It looks really, it looks good. I don't know. The art style, I don't know. Something about the art style is bothering me a little bit. I can't really put my finger on it. I do like some of the cell shaded look, but I don't know. I don't know if it's like part of it bothers me a little bit that it has like almost like a mobile game feeling to it. But maybe I'll come around on it, and I need to watch more of it. So we'll see this in 2026. But yeah, some of like the backgrounds have this painterly look to it. I don't know, but some of the characters, it just looks like a little bit of a mobile game to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Tell me down below that I'm wrong. I need to watch more of it though. Maybe I just didn't spend enough time with this one. We also saw Pragmata, which has like some Stellar Blade vibes to it and maybe some BioShock Infinite vibes to it. We didn't get to see much gameplay in it. It looks interesting. I don't know. Didn't like really strike my fancy, but certainly didn't strike my fancy in the way that Stellar Blade did, which I loved. Man, the combat in that game was so good. Chef kiss, good. And then Romeo is a Dead Man, another one, not for me. So again, those were the big highlights. What about you guys? What did you guys think of the Sony State of Play? What announcements stood out to you? Again, for me, 007 has that Uncharted vibe to it. Silent Hill F, can't wait to play that. Marvel fighting game, absolutely. And of course, Final Fantasy Tactics, and with some good Sony VR stuff thrown in there. So all in all, I think it was a pretty successful Sony State of Play. Let me know what you think. All right, let's talk about the Switch 2, because we got a lot of people that were excited, got their Switch 2s late last night at the midnight launch. Were you one of those people? Other people pissed off that they couldn't get them last night. I understand. It's been absolutely crazy. But we do have some good news. We did learn that Nintendo Switch 2 restocks are live right now. They are available as we speak. So let's go through where you can buy them now if you did miss them last night. A number of retailers restocked online starting today. So yes, today, if you missed it last night, Target has fresh inventory dropping on June 6th. So if you missed it today on June 5th, they will have a brand new batch of online Switch releases on June 6th. So tomorrow, which is also the start of Summer Games Fest. So jump on Target.com. By the way, that's where I ended up getting my unit. My other one was canceled from Walmart, but I was able to pick mine up at Target. But mine is not shipping until June 10th. So I have to wait a few days to get it. But nevertheless, give Target a try. And I should mention Target said that that's going to be the first of many restocks that they will have in the coming weeks. So if you don't get it in the first few days, just keep checking back. You'll likely get it through Target. And because today is June 5th, we also know that Walmart, GameStop, Best Buy, and yes, Target said they will also have a limited supply on this day. So if you didn't get it at midnight, head back or give a call. My suggestion would be just to go there because those people don't answer the phone at those places. At GameStop, maybe they will, but Best Buy, they're not answering the phone. So Walmart, Best Buy, GameStop, and Target all will have limited stock today. And they said they're going to offer the new Switch 2 Pro controller and Switch 2 cameras. They will have those in stock today and restocked throughout the day today. And they're going to have first-party carrying cases from Nintendo if you want to buy a carrying case as well. Let's talk about the software, because right when you open the box, you're going to have a major software update that you're going to need to employ. And we do know that that is software update 20.1.1. So let's go through what it features. It will have game chat. It will have game share, virtual game cards, the Nintendo eShop, Nintendo Switch Online, and more. And you will be prompted right when you open this thing up to download and set it up on the Switch 2. And we're learning right now, I'm very excited about this, that a lot of games for the Nintendo Switch are getting a nice upgrade. So Nintendo Life has been putting together a list of this, and I really like this. Super Mario Bros. Wonder is getting a Switch 2 upgrade. Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, you know about. Breath of the Wild, of course. Kirby's Dream Buffet. Kirby Star Allies. This one surprised me. So Super Mario 3D All-Stars, you know, the cartridge that's like impossible to find, is ridiculously expensive, is getting a nice Switch 2 upgrade. So if you actually manage to get a copy of one of those, yes, you're getting a nice Switch 2 upgrade to be able to play Mario Sunshine and the other games that are on that cartridge. Xenoblade Chronicles 3, also getting a nice upgrade, but please, 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 can we get a Xenoblade Chronicles 2? Because that one is the one that needs the help the most, I think, right? Wouldn't you agree? Pikmin 3 Deluxe, also getting a nice upgrade. So without getting to details of exactly what's changing, there's a lot of adjustments that have been made to a lot of these games to improve gameplay on the Nintendo Switch 2. So I would encourage you to go to Nintendo Life. You can read through all of the update notes for all of these different games. If there's one that you're waiting for, check it out over there. Oh, and I should mention that these are all free upgrades. Okay, so that's different than the paid upgrades that you're paying for like Breath of the Wild or Super Mario Party Jamboree, games like that. And of course, Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Those are paid upgrades. But the other ones I just mentioned are all free. So that is a lot of news on this Thursday. What a night it's been. Launch of a new console. It's crazy to say goodbye to the Nintendo Switch 1 in a way. I mean, I'm going to keep mine around. I'm not selling it or anything like that. But now anytime I want to play one of my Switch 1 games, which as you can see, I have quite a few of them over there, I'll be playing on my Switch 2. And I'm going to be unplugging that dock, the Switch 1 dock, and saying goodbye to it and plugging in my new Switch dock. I've got an HDMI port all set up and ready to go. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. 8 years, isn't it? It's been such a great console. Really my favorite console of all time. It's the console that really got me back into gaming big time. And just the library of games on that device is just phenomenal. So I'll have a full video coming out about that this weekend, about how I think the Switch 2 really is almost making the Switch 1 the ultimate console in a way. So anyway, it's the end of an era. I can't believe it. But good luck if you are trying to pick up a Switch 2. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. Let me know what you think of my new setup in here. I'm trying out the new camera, the new microphone, everything, trying to get everything set up in here. So I hope you like it. If you do, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time.